It's Lauren and welcome back to my channel. So today I thought we'd talk about Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. So I have decided, and I don't know if y'all watched in City of Glass, my City of Glass review, but I've decided to read it in publication order, read the books in publication order. So that would be City of Bones, City of Ashes, City of Glass, Clockwork Angel, and then it would be City of Fallen Angels, and then it would be Clockwork, one of the other Clockwork books. I'm sorry, my hair's like messed up today, but y'all are gonna have to excuse that. And then it'd be like, you know, another Clockwork book, another The Mortal Instruments book, and then the final Infernal Devices book, and then I think it would be the final Mortal Instruments book. But I decided to read them in publication order, whatever. And so that's why I don't have a physical copy with me today. I actually read it as an ebook online, so I was like, we can still talk about it. We're still definitely going to talk about my feelings, my thoughts, and everything about Clockwork Angel on this review. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Before we start though, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell down here at the bottom, so you're notified as to when I post new videos. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, roughly around the same time. Sometimes I get busy with work here at the house and I don't remember, and I apologize for that. But yeah, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I thoroughly, and it feels so weird to not have like my book up here with me, but yeah, like I said, it was on my phone, so, and my phone is obviously in front of me because I feel from my phone. Anyway, so I enjoyed it. I absolutely loved Clockwork Angel. I thought it was so good. Right now, as it stands, Clockwork Angel is my favorite, and then it's the Mortal. I think the Infernal Devices are my favorite, and then it's the Mortal Instruments. But I've only read Clockwork Angel, but Clockwork Angel impressed me so much that I want to be able to say that. Because of that, if y'all know what I mean. It has everything that a girl like me could want, okay? It's got sexy British guys, check. 18th century Victorian England, check. It's got a revolutionary heroine, double check. It's just got so many elements, and of course it's in the Shadowhunter world. I mean, that's like a billion checks. But yeah, I absolutely loved all of it. I loved it. I'm a huge historical buff, y'all know that. I have an England shelf down here just dedicated to things dealing with England, and I absolutely love it. And I was so impressed, and I think this one was so, because of the fact that it's later on, you notice, like I said in City of Glass review, things like that, books tend to get better as the writer gets better. So the more books that she produces, the better it gets. And this one was definitely just absolutely, I loved it. It was absolutely phenomenal. I got so many great quotes from it. I shared them on Instagram, so if you don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me. My socials are linked down below, but I post, you know, worthy quotes on Instagram. But where do I start? I love Tessa, and I really love the fact that Cassie, if I can call her Cassie, because I am becoming a member of this fandom, so but I think Cassandra Clare, I thought she did a really great job taking us into what it would be like as a shadow hunter. Not as a shadow hunter, as a downworlder this time, instead of like following the traditional, you know, because Clary and Jace and all the rest of them are shadow hunters, and then we get to see a few others like Magnus and Simon and some other folks who are like downworlders, or who become downworlders or whatever. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, I think it's really cool that we get an interesting view. We get a different view added into the Shadowhunter world. And I appreciate that. I really think that's really cool. And the fact that we really don't know what it is that she is. which I think adds even more suspense to the entire story arc, whatever, of the story. I think that's definitely something that I enjoy and something that I really, really am excited about looking at and seeing more progression in. I love Tessa, okay? Look, I am a huge revolutionary, like, girl, so that means, like, so I watched Downton Abbey, and my favorite character is Sybil Crawley. And those of y'all who don't know who Sybil is, oh my gosh, I freaking loved her. She was like, you know, in the 1920s, women are still supposed to have their hair long. They're not supposed to cut their hair short. I'm basically a flapper, born in the wrong century. I'm just saying that. I was born in the wrong time period. She believed in women's rights, and she believed in you know, equality, and that women should get jobs just as much as men, and you know, she doesn't feel like she should sit there and look pretty and pay calls and you know, just whatever. She actually wants to go out and get a job, and she does go out and get a job as a nurse. This is Sybil we're still talking about in Downton Abbey. And she just bucks against the traces, and I absolutely love that in any character, especially if it's in like a historical setting. And I really got that with Tess. She was you could see her question. I mean, she kind of at first would kind of conform. She would sit there and she'd be like, in a mostly patriarchal society, she would be like, okay, well, isn't this supposed to happen? But then she'd sit there and be like, no, that's not how it's supposed to be. And then we get, you know, Jessamine, who is like the stark contrast of her, who is, you know, for this patriarchal society, who is, you know, my worth is only found if I marry my husband and I, you know, am this great big society lady or whatever. And Tessa's like, well, there's more to life than just that. You know, she's like, there's just more to it than that. And I appreciate her for that. And I love the fact that we have a revolutionary in the 1800s in Victorian England. That's like my favorite time period. Except for the 1920s, because I do like the 1920s. I would like to see Shadowhunter like flappers. I think that would be really cool. Anyways, I digress. So I appreciate the fact that she gave us Tessa, who's kind of like a revolutionary, and the beginning, you know, the whole book kind of just had me like wanting to keep reading, and that's totally different from what the Mortal Instruments has done. The first two books, I was very like, oh, I just want to slug through it. I was slugging through it, and then by the end, I was like, yes, it has me hooked. City of Glass was totally different. Go check out my review for it, and you'll see why. This was completely different as well. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. I was hooked from the moment. I guess a short synopsis is Tessa. She comes to England at the behest of her brother, and her brother asks her to come to England, and she's automatically confused, and she gets taken in by these ladies called the Dark Sisters, and she discovers that she has powers, and they are not Shadowhunter powers, they are Downworlder powers, but she doesn't know that until she gets to the Institute, and these things happen, and crazy things happen, and she meets Will Herondale, and she meets Jem Carstairs, and I absolutely love Will and Jem, but I'm leaning a little more towards Jem right now. I love freaking Jem. He's so beautiful. Anyways, so yeah, we kind of just get to see them. Her brother is missing. Her brother Nathaniel is missing, and we kind of get to see all of them come together and see if they can not only find Nathaniel, but defeat this bigger purpose, this bigger person in life called the Magister. And that's all I'm gonna say, because it gets crazy. I kind of saw the plot twist. I don't know if y'all want to call it a plot twist. I call it a soft plot twist, only because of the fact that I kind of saw it coming. I saw it coming, and I was like, okay, yeah, that's that, yeah. I was like, I can kind of see it coming, but then I was like, okay, whatever. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. There you go. But I enjoyed it. I love Will. I do think that Will can be a little crass sometimes, and I think that he can be a jerk. Let's just be honest, okay? He can be a jerk. And I don't know if I appreciate that from him or not. So my feelings about Will are on the fence right now. That's why I'm leaning a little more towards Jem. But I still like them both because I think that Will has a lot of reasons behind the way he acts, and I appreciate that. So yeah, I like them. And I love Charlotte. Jessamine gets on my nerves. She just gets on my nerves. Isabel Lightwood kind of almost got on my nerves a little bit at the beginning, but I love Isabel right now in the Mortal Instruments. But Jessamine totally just completely gets on my nerves. I cannot stand her, and I don't know how I feel about her. Well, I mean, I obviously know how I feel about her, but I loved it. I loved the entire thing. I don't know what else to say. I was pleased. I actually gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, which is I kind of consider myself a little lenient when it comes to like my 5 stars and who I give my 5 stars to, but I really enjoyed this, and I actually think I might like it just a little bit more than the Mortal Instruments, only because of the fact that like it has all those like Victorian England elements and everything, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen next in the next upcoming books. So yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about Jem? Do y'all feel the same way I feel about Will? No spoilers, please, because I would like to try and keep reading, so I think that would be great. What do y'all think about Will? Do y'all feel the same way I feel about Jem or Henry? Oh, I love Henry. I love Thomas. I like Sophie. I love all of them. I think they're all great in their own way. And how do y'all feel about not Isabel, Jessamine? How do y'all feel about Jessamine? I think she's an interesting character. I don't know how I feel about her. And yeah, and Tessa, of course. You know, who doesn't love Tessa? Let me know what y'all's thoughts are down below. Let me know, your thoughts, your opinions. Did you like the story? Did you not like the story? Did you think it could be set in America? Which I actually appreciate the fact that it's set in England because I'm an Anglophile, but that's aside the point. I actually kind of want to be Tessa because I have brown hair and Tessa has brown hair. And I can talk in a British accent. Well, no, actually I'm American, she's American, so I don't have to worry about talking in a British accent. She may possibly be one of my favorite characters. I freaking love Tessa. But, yeah, so, anyways, I had fun with it. I hope y'all had fun, or y'all have fun reading it. Let me know what y'all think down below. Also, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, all at LiveLovesBooks17. And I also have a Gmail. My Gmail is livelovesbooks94 in case you need to get in contact with me on a professional level and not a personal level. Just go look me up on my socials if you want to. But yeah, and then, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I want y'all to be a part of the notification squad. Come on. So yeah. I hope y'all enjoyed. Like I said, I upload Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I do a plethora of different things. YA, new adult, fiction, non-fiction, everything in between. I do it all. So, yeah, until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye.